As leaders arrive in this huge seaside city, they are aware that although the formal agenda for their meetings was fixed long ago, the focus of everything changed dramatically in recent days. The election of Donald Trump to serve as US President again from the 20th of January will affect all the countries represented here, the G20 nations and the other 19 countries that have been invited by their Brazilian host. President Luiz Inacio da Silva has a very different political and economic agenda from Trump and has long spoken about reform of the global financial system to help developing nations. The G20 will be held as the COP29 climate negotiations continue in Azerbaijan, with Trump certain to pull out of the Paris Climate Treaty for a second time. Brazil is set to take over the COP presidency next year. President Putin is not coming to Rio and is sending his foreign minister Sergei Lavrov instead. But there'll be plenty of discussion about the war in Ukraine, where Trump has pledged to force a peace treaty, perhaps by making Ukraine give up its claims to parts of its territory.
As we go through this transition, it will be our responsibility as the national security team to lay out for the incoming team both what we see and, in terms of the current situation, and how we believe that the United States of America, through this transition and beyond, can put Ukraine in the strongest possible position on the battlefield so that it's in the strongest possible position at the negotiating table for an ultimate deal.
Israel's continuing bombardment of Gaza and Lebanon will be important topics too. Is there any hope of a ceasefire? It's unclear what policy Trump will pursue, but his relationship with Prime Minister Netanyahu is strong and very friendly. The two most powerful men in the world attend the G20, fresh from their meeting at the APEC summit in Peru. President Joe Biden is a diminished figure politically, a lame duck with just over 2 months left in office, while President Xi Jinping of China is also facing difficulties, uncertainty about what the Trump administration will do, with fears there will be even more punishing tariffs on his country's products. James Bayes, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.